just see some people just slump and die on account of heart disease. Some of these signs may have been showing, but you ignored it. You felt it's not that serious. Today, we'll be discussing on signs of heart disease. I mean, how do you physically observe a person and predict whether the person may be suffering from one form of heart disease or the other. I'll be giving you 14, if time permits, 14 signs, 14 symptoms of heart disease. But before we go into that, what is heart disease? Heart disease is a broad term we use to describe a malfunction in the heart structure or function. This malfunction could affect the heart muscles, or it could affect the heart valve, or it could affect the arteries of the heart, or it could affect the electrical conducting system of the heart. It could affect the heart muscles, heart valve, heart arteries, electrical system of the heart. Having said that, I would like to categorize heart disease into 4 types. Number 1, coronary artery disease. Coronary artery disease. When you hear the word coronary, it's talking about heart. Just like when you hear the word pulmonary, it's talking about the lungs. So, coronary artery disease is the type of disease whereby there's a build-up of plaque within the arteries of the heart, thereby reducing the flow of blood to the heart muscles. Examples of such that you will find include the likes of ischemic heart disease. Ischemic heart disease is speaking of lack of oxygen supply to the heart muscles on account of narrowed arteries. Number 2 example of coronary artery disease is arteriosclerosis. When you hear the word scler, it means hardening. Okay, when you hear the word arterio, it's referring to artery. Arteriosclerosis is a build-up of plaque around the artery walls of the heart. Okay, you see, all these are different categories of disease or different terminologies of diseases that you will find in your NLS device. All right, and even if I give you these several symptoms or signs of heart disease, you will actually need to know which of this category is the kind of heart disease that is affecting the heart. That's why, despite the sign I'm going to give you, you will still need to figure out what kind of heart disease is going on in the body. That's why you need the NLS device. And for you to master how to interpret test results with the NLS device, you will need to subscribe for my online masterclass course on the NLS device. NLS device online masterclass course covers both NLS device and Meta Hunter. With that, all these disease names I'm calling for you, you're going to find it in the NLS device. Okay, but you will need to know how to interpret this test result. So with my course, you will learn how to interpret the test result. Beyond that, if you subscribe for my course, you have access to a lifetime coaching from me, because I'll be available to answer your questions, give you technical support once you subscribe. Not just watching my videos, I'll be there for you until you become an expert on how to use the NLS device. If it is the biofilter tracker device that you are using, I also have a separate course on the biofilter tracker device that will teach you how to master how to interpret such test results. Okay, so go and subscribe for my online masterclass in NLS device or my online masterclass on the biofilter tracker device, and you will learn how to detect this different type of heart disease and how to interpret the test results. Let's continue. Number 3 type of coronary artery disease is what we call angina pectoris. Angina pectoris. Angina pectoris is a type of heart disease where the person is experiencing the chest pain or discomfort in the heart because of reduced flow of blood to the heart. Right? The 4th one is what we call myocardial infarction. Myocardial infarction. Okay, that's the medical term for the popular word we call heart attack. In the NLS device, you're going to see it as myocardial infarction. Alright, this refers to a heart attack that is caused on account of a damage to a portion of the heart muscles due to a complete blockage of the blood vessel. So the heart muscle will no longer receive blood, and then the person goes into cardiac arrest. So I've mentioned 4 examples of coronary artery disease. right? I talked about ischemic heart disease, lack of oxygen flow, arteriosclerosis, hardening of the blood vessels, and then angina pectoris, talking about chest pain, and then I also mentioned myocardial infarction, which is the heart attack. So, number 2 type of heart disease is what we call heart failure. Heart failure. This category of heart disease is medically called congestive heart failure, CHF, congestive heart failure. It's a condition whereby the heart doesn't pump enough blood to meet the needs of the body. There is not enough blood pumped to meet the needs of the body. Alright, example of sort that you experience is low blood pressure. When people experience low blood pressure, it may be on account of not enough blood being pumped to meet the need of the body. The next category of heart disease is what we call heart valve disease. Heart valve disease. It is a condition that indicates a problem with the heart valves. A condition that indicates a problem with the heart valves. It could happen to any of the heart valves. You know that the heart has 4 chambers, and each of these chambers possesses a valve. Alright? We have the likes of the tricuspid valve, the aortic valve, the mitral valve, and the pulmonary valve. So, any of these valves could malfunction. These valves are like leads that prevents the flow back of blood when it's in progression. Alright? So, when the heart is pumping, it is valve that regulates the passage of blood into the next chamber of the heart. Right? So, any of these valves will malfunction and cause heart disease, and it is called heart valve disease. It's called heart valve disease. Then the last category of heart disease that we are looking into is what we call arrhythmias. Okay, arrhythmias is a condition or a problem where there is a malfunction in the rhythm of the heartbeat. There is a malfunction in the rhythm of the heartbeat. The heart could be beating either faster than normal, or slower than normal, or irregular. Right? So these are categories of heart disease. Examples of arrhythmias include tachycardia. Tachycardia, you'll find in your NLS device, is the type of heart disease where the heart is beating faster than normal, while the condition where the heart is beating lower than normal is what we call bradycardia. Bradycardia, you can also find that in the NLS device. Bradycardia is the condition where the heart is beating slower than normal. And the third category, or the third example, is what we call arrhythmia. Arrhythmia is speaking about irregular heartbeat. Sometimes the heart will beat faster, sometimes it will beat slower, sometimes it will beat normal. It's a condition under the category of arrhythmias. So now I have mentioned 4 categories of heart disease, and all these categories you can find this disease name in your NLS device. Now let me share with you the signs and symptoms that a person can experience that may be pointing to a complication of heart disease. So, how do you know if a person may be down with the heart disease? I'll be giving you 14 of them. Number 1, chest pain or discomfort. In this kind of condition, the person may experience pressure around the chest region, or tightness, or the person may be experiencing pains that may radiate to the arms or to the neck or the jaw or shoulder. Okay, you just feel a pain that will pass through the shoulder or through the back. It may happen, most times it happens maybe in the left shoulder. A pain that is passing through the left shoulder or through the back. Alright, inexplainable pain. Those are signs of heart disease. Number 2, a swelling of the legs or ankles. A swelling of the leg or ankle. When a person is experiencing a swelling of the leg or ankle, it will be indicating fluid retention, fluid build up due to heart problems. You see why it's important for you to run a test to confirm? Someone who has heart disease could experience the symptom of a swollen leg. Someone who has a problem of kidney may also experience swollen leg or ankle. But when you run a test with your NLS device, or you run a test in the lab, you are able to know which of these conditions is responsible for the swollen leg or swollen feet. Okay, swollen leg, swollen feet, swollen ankle can be a sign or a symptom of heart disease. Number 3, shortness of breath. Shortness of breath. This could be happening during an activity or when the person is resting or even when the person is lying down. You discover that you can't catch your breath despite the fact that you are not doing something strenuous, yet you're experiencing shortness of breath, or even when you are doing something strenuous, you're experiencing shortness of breath, or when you lie down, you're experiencing shortness of breath. Those are signs of heart disease. Run a test and find out what category or what type of heart disease may be causing that symptom. Number 4, pain in other areas of the body. This could manifest in form of pain, it could manifest in form of numbness. Okay, when they say numbness, you can't feel your arms, you can't feel your legs, or it could manifest like a form of weakness. The person could experience cold arms, cold legs, cold jaw, or coldness in the back, coldness in the shoulder, coldness in the neck. Coldness in the shoulder, coldness in the neck, coldness in the back, or weakness. Those are signs of heart disease. Number 5, heart palpitation. This kind of condition, the person will be feeling like the heart is racing, or like the heartbeats are fluttering, or like the heart is pounding. Boom, boom, boom. That's heavier than normal. Those are signs of heart disease. Number 6, fatigue or weakness. This kind of feeling, the person is going to be feeling tired. There's a difference between fatigue and tiredness, right? When a person is tired, if you rest, you discover that you are rejuvenated with strength. But if a person is fatigued, even after rest, you still wake up tired. Fatigue could be caused by other conditions, but with a scan in your NLS device, you can figure out which is causing this heart disease. The fatigue is also a symptom that you experience if you are experiencing anemia, alright? But heart disease, one of the major symptoms is fatigue. You feel tired during activity, you feel tired even when you are not carrying out any activity, and you just generally feel weak. You'll be lacking strength. It's a sign of heart disease. Why? Because it will be indicating that the heart pump is working too hard, and by the time it has done a lot of work, it leaves you tired. Number 7, dizziness or lightheadedness. When we say the person is feeling dizzy or lightheaded, it means the person will be feeling like fainting, or the person will lose consciousness. You're feeling dizzy, you are losing consciousness of yourself or your environment. It could be pointing to a sign of heart disease. Number 8, nausea and vomiting. Nausea is talking about the feeling to vomit, and vomiting is the act itself. Alright, there are some complicated type of heart disease that will make you to want to vomit or actually vomit. It could point to a sign of heart disease if you have checked that it's not on account of any other factor. Maybe for women, maybe you're pregnant, or any other factor that causes a feeling of nausea and vomiting. For example, when you take certain vitamins or minerals more than the dosage that the body can take, then you will feel like vomiting. That's not what I'm talking about. When every other conditions or every other factors have been weighed out of option and you are still having that feeling, then you may be pointing to heart disease. Number 9, excessive sweating. When you are not carrying out strenuous activity, or even when you are carrying out physical activity and you find yourself profusely sweating, it may be a sign of heart disease. Or when you sleep at night, the AC is on, the fan is on, but yet you are sweating abnormally, it may be pointing to a sign of heart disease. What it's implying is that the heart is working harder than normal. When you are given into activity like that, the body is going to sweat as a side reaction. The heart is working harder than normal and is causing the body to sweat. It's a sign of heart disease. Number 10, irregular heartbeat. That's what we call arrhythmia of the heart. Okay, where the heart is pumping, the heartbeat breathing is faster than normal, or slower than normal, or irregular. Maybe for some time it will be very fast, it will beat faster, and for some time it will be slower than normal, and for some time it will be normal. Those are signs of heart disease. Number 11, insomnia, difficulty sleeping. When your body is restless and it is time for you to sleep and you can't find sleep, you are just turning here, turning there, sleep can't come, could it be that it is a sign of heart disease? Because such is one of the signs of heart disease. Although we still have several other people who experience insomnia but don't have heart disease, but you need to be able to differentiate between the two. But I'm trying to tell you that one of the signs of restlessness when you ought to be sleeping may be on account of heart disease. So you need to check, you need to run a test and figure out whether this insomnia you're experiencing is on account of heart disease. Number 12, swelling in the abdomen area. This is on account of fluid retention that causes swelling in the stomach. Certain types of heart disease can cause fluid retention in the stomach and cause the tummy to swell. Alright, so you need to check your NLS device, you need to run a scan and find out why am I having a swollen stomach when I'm not pregnant. Number 13, coughing that doesn't go away. Coughing that doesn't go away. This is different from the normal cough, alright? You have treated and treated, done everything, and yet it's not going away. For some categories of heart disease, it can be traceable to the reason why the person is coughing despite taking all medication, and the person is not suffering from tuberculosis, the person is not suffering from bronchitis and all that, but yet just coughing nonetheless may be pointing to heart disease. You need to check, you need to run a test to check whether it is the heart disease that is causing the cough. Number 14, the last but not the least, but I'm just talking at 14, is other gastrointestinal issue. In this kind of condition, the person may be feeling full even when the person hasn't eaten. Some complications of heart disease can make a person to start feeling full even when the person has not eaten. So I have mentioned 14 signs, 14 symptoms that could be pointing to heart disease. So please, it's very important for you to always check yourself if there is any of these symptoms that you are experiencing. We are doing this to help you not to die untimely death. Just some people just slum and die on account of heart disease. Some of these signs may have been showing, but you ignored it. You felt it's not that serious. That's why I took time to show you this for free. 14 signs that may be pointing as a warning that the person has a heart disease. Of course, you know that high blood pressure is also a sign, although that one will require a test, okay, with your big monitor, alright, so you may not know just that way, but with a test you can confirm high blood pressure, right? But I have shown you different signs that may be pointing to the presence of heart disease. Some of these signs may be pointing to some other disease other than heart disease, but it is important that you run a scan with your NLS device to figure out whether it is heart disease that is the reason behind this sign or symptom that you're experiencing, or it is some other disease. Go run a test, run an NLS by resonance test to figure out which is causing such. So if you are experiencing any of these symptoms and you would like to check the state of your health, especially your heart, you can book an appointment with me and I run a full body scan for you with the NLS device and we figure out a solution for you. Alright? And if you want to learn how to prepare remedies that you can use to reverse heart disease or any other health condition, you can subscribe for my natural medicine online masterclass course and you learn how to treat chronic conditions, plans that you can use to treat chronic conditions, and you become an expert and a consultant and you save lives. Alright, so we have talked about 14 signs of heart disease. I hope it helps you. See you in my next video.